What's up, everybody? Welcome to Shot from the Point Live. Look, there's obviously a giant elephant in the room. YouTube has experienced a great tragedy with one of its better creators. We have a scheduled podcast to do, and we're going to do it. And you're welcome to call, and I mean this when I say this, talk about absolutely whatever you want. And that's it. There's nothing more to it than that. I can imagine a lot of you folks want to talk about the recent passing of Desmond Mofa, otherwise known as Etika. You're welcome to do that too. Couple rules. A lot of you are probably very angry right now, which is understandable, and you can express that anger. I don't want to get into finger pointing and blaming, even if I agree with you. So I would, if you want to express the anger, know that I'm not going to let it go on too long. All right. I did this with the, I haven't done this in years. I've done this with school shootings before, and I've done this with, obviously tragedy in Manchester, and I kind of swore it off. But I can't, we had a scheduled show, and I can't imagine you guys don't want to talk about it, and feel free to do so. I'm going to talk about it with my co-host, Dr. Vago and Verst are here. And that if you want to talk about something else, we'll give you the utmost respect. There's no act today. There's no Tommy C today. If you're tuning in for the first time, we're proudly Howard Stern knockoffs that talk about YouTube, goof on YouTubers, and humble them in a lot of situations. None of that acts for today. None of it. This is a service to our fans. We did not put any crazy titles or thumbnails in there. We're just trying to talk to the people that want to vent about whatever you want. But if you want to talk about the elephant in the room, you're more than welcome to do just that. First, Chivago, how are you doing?
Could be better.
Yeah.
I just woke up again about a couple minutes ago, so I only just found out he's dead. That's actually really insane.
Yeah, it's nuts. I just, I never, I was talking to Dave today. I never thought this was real. I even with when they found his belongings, I was looking for reasons for it not to be real, and I keep going back to the Keemstar interview when he was calling him Dreamy Keemy Keem. I was like, this has to be an act. He's pushing all of Keem's buttons. This is just for comedy, and to know now that this was the chemicals in his brain, messing with him, it just makes it all the more tragic. I'm for a change. I'm really speechless, and one thing I really want to get out there before you guys call in, and I said this in the video we announced it on Shot from the Point News. There are going to be people that are going to use this for whatever agenda they have. That's not happening here today. Period. I'm telling you right now. You can express some anger, but we're going to cut it off. And I wrestle with how I feel about suicide and what it is, but I can, with clean conscience, say that this is not his fault. This was the result of a condition, a disease, for lack of a better word, that he has absolutely no control over. None. The chemicals in his brain killed him, in my opinion. I don't think he had any control. And with that lack of control comes a complete lack of responsibility. I think we can mourn without pointing fingers today. We don't blame people when they pass away of natural causes or cancer and things like that. We blame the cancer. We blame, the conditions, or we accept the fact that their time is up. This was out of his control. Out of his control. And now, again, you guys can call and say whatever you want. If it gets too crazy, I'm going to cut you off. But I couldn't think, and I'm not afraid to say if somebody's attention seeking or how I feel about suicide. But this particular case, no way. None. Zero zip. There is no, am I off here, guys?
No.
I mean, the chemicals made him think he was God, and the chemicals pushed him off a bridge. He was born with that. That was in his DNA. And it seems to not even be that uncommon with some extremely creative people throughout history. And he usually gets them in their late 20s. So you're never going to get any finger pointing from me. Not in this case. Not in this case. I don't think there's any responsibility for this whatsoever. And look, a lot of you guys Also, there's a helpline, Canadian helpline. There you go, folks. You can pause that and take that down if it's too late. If that's what you need. But here I'm here to let you guys vent.
In regards to him going to a mental hospital, so they can only detain you for like 2 days for evaluation. They can't actually force you to stay against your will. So unless he wants to help himself or his family commits him there, he can leave. They can't force him to stay.
I had a problem with a family member. I live in the New York area. It's impossible to get somebody committed. You'd sooner get arrested than you're going to get committed. So I don't think the laws were in any family member's favor. So I certainly can't believe the people at the hospital, they couldn't keep him legally.
I mean, yeah, even if they evaluate him and know that there is something legitimately wrong with him, there's nothing they can do if he doesn't want to stay.
There's nothing they can do. There's absolutely nothing they can do. So I can see the people, firing at each other. If you guys come to say to me, feel free to come say it to me. Because I think I just made myself abundantly clear. In this case, there is no responsibility. In this case, there's no responsibility. These are chemicals. So you can piss off me. You can piss on me all you like. I don't take back anything I said in the past. None. But clearly, this is a different situation. Yeah, I guess. Also, too, I want to make it clear that I'm not bandwagon jumping. I've only learned about Etika after the Keemstar interview. I've never played a game of Smash in my life. I'm more watch Angry Video Game Nerd, Ahoy. Those are some of my favorite gaming creators. But I have watched him over the last month or so. Found him incredibly entertaining, and as Augie said, he's up there. He's up there in a Colossal's crazy Medicare category, which I would agree. If anybody could just delete their channel and put 100,000 on it the next day, that's a hell of a following. That's incredible. And I think this, for somebody to be able to sit and look at a chat and create laughs, cries, stories, and just keep you engaged, just with a webcam and a chat, that's a really that's a wonderful gift. Not to mention, incredibly marketable. And most of us would love to have what he has. And I think that when these things happen, it becomes confusing. I don't know. You want to take some calls? Or do you guys have something to say? Oh, God. Kevin Snoozer. Is that him? Yeah. Kevin. Oh, God. After 3 years, this guy hasn't been in the program, and he had a problem with him 4 years ago, and he wouldn't unmute his microphone. All right, listen, I'm not fighting with the fans today. That's an act that we do during the regular thing. Mr. Herbert, you're on the air.
Hey.
How are you, buddy?
Wow. Just unreal. Can you hear me first off?
Yeah. You're loud and clear, man.
All right. Awesome. I'm much like you, Tommy. I had no idea who Etika was. But this is like, it still kind of hits me like that, a YouTuber that, was mentally ill, went and did this. I agree with you. I don't think he had any responsibility. Nothing he could have done.
Yeah.
This is awful. This is just probably one of the worst things that's happened in YouTube history.
And for sure. Absolutely. He's a really talented guy. He's a really talented guy. He brought a lot of joy to a lot of people. First loved him. I know a lot of you guys, like, I'm older than most of you. I got in this late. A lot of you guys, I understand how you're feeling right now. You grew up with them. And you grew up with them, and I totally get where you're coming from. Anything else, sir?
I guess the only thing I wanted to say, because I said this on a Twitter video earlier, I basically, my message is everybody should try to not be as combative and try to be more understanding. I'm not saying necessarily get along, because I think that's impossible. I mean,
there's a time for a fight. Let me help you out. There's a time for a fight.
Absolutely.
It's not now. It's not now.
Yep.
No time for fights. It's time to remember
Yep.
and mourn. And maybe even look at the funny and good things he did and get a laugh out of that. I don't think that's inappropriate right now. Some of the things he said, wherever he made you feel, I think that's totally appropriate right now. We'll all get back to the horrible real world in plenty of time. Everybody can take a time. If I can put my Tommy C act aside, in fact, the hell with this. Here we go. Full name. I'm doxing myself. All right. No bullshit today. If we can, if we can do that, that's cool. If you're angry, I get it. I'll hear you out, but we're not going to turn this into a hate cast.
No, I agree. I'm not even saying.
I may have an opinion tomorrow that's different. I may agree with you, but that's the way we're going to do it. Thanks for calling, Herb. We do appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, man.
All right.
No problem.
Take care.
I think the only difference you really could have asked for is somebody from his family to be, because nobody wants to be the bad guy and force their family to be held against their will, but sometimes you got to be the bad guy.
Yeah, sometimes you have to take the step.
Yeah.
You want to think that they're able to help themselves or to figure themselves out, or something's temporary, but sometimes you just gotta fucking force them to do it.
Yeah, well, he's a grown man, and you can't force a 6-foot-something grown man to not do what he wants to do. And going back to the chemicals or whatever's wrong with him, they're telling him to do everything wrong. You're fighting against a force of nature. So I just can't blame anybody, not the people at the hospital. I mean, I suppose I could point fingers at the laws, but that's for another time. That's for another time. I'll talk about that if I see fit, because I have strong opinions on the fact that you can't lock anybody up. It runs into things like gun control and stuff like that. You can't lock anybody up for showing any kind of signs of serious mental illness. But that's not for today. That's for another time. Okay. If your mic's not down on, I'm pulling you right off. All right. That's the way we're gonna do. Toast, you're on the air.
Hey, Tommy.
Yeah. How are you?
Wow.
Yeah.
Jeez, man. Well, first off, this is a real shame to the whole Smash community and everyone else. I've been a fan. I never really liked Smash, but I've always known that Etika was around. Very funny guy, always compilations and stuff. Now, I just wanted to talk about, the whole outrage against Keemstar about this.
It's outrage.
Best friend.
Let me ask you something. Is there outrage towards Keemstar right now?
Yes.
And
what is minor right now?
And what is it related to? What is it related to?
His past interview with Etika a month ago.
Okay, let me without getting crazy. All right. Keemstar bears no responsibility for that comment. That comment was a metaphor based on a conversation that they were having. He did not encourage that man in any way, nor contribute in any way to this man's suicide. It was the chemicals in his head. And to blame Keemstar is cruel. It's cruel. Not just to him, but it undermines this terrible disease that nobody can control. That's a supremely rotten thing to do, and there's a lot more better things to take a run at Keemstar for than that. That's rotten. I bet he feels awful about that. But you know what? That's not his fault. The context, if that matters, of that conversation had to do with a metaphor, and he was not literal, and he was not telling him to do it. Literally. It was metaphorical. And it is not fair to hold him to that standard. That's disgusting. All right? And that's what we're doing with the hate, but I'll let you finish.
You're absolutely right, Tommy, and I think it's preposterous as well. People always want to jump on the Keemstar bandwagon.
Sure. I have no problem doing it. I've done it before, and I'll do it again.
yeah.
But that's horseshit. That's horseshit. That's crap. That was a conversation.
It is brewing up, and I think the reason why he's taking a break all of a sudden is because of
I don't blame him. Not one bit, not one iota. It's not his fault. This has nothing to do with him. There's a million things you could go after him, and this is the one? I'm not going to get excited, I promised. No, it's wrong. It's wrong. It's morally wrong. I understand you guys are angry, but that's not the way to take it out. That's not going to bring this guy back. You want to do something? Donate to suicide prevention. Volunteer your time. Read up on it if you can't afford to do something like that. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do.
Well, that's all I need to say, really.
Hey,
yeah,
listen, I'm really sorry you feel bad, and I feel honored that you wanted to call and talk about it with me.
No, man. Don't worry about it. I'm drinking right now. Ever since he died, I just kind of went into the pantry and...
Take it easy, buddy. Take it easy, all right? Take it easy. Need all the fans I can get, all right? All right. Talk to you later. Klaus is crazy.
Yeah.
And again, open phones. You talk about anything you want. Obviously, there's an elephant in the room. We had a scheduled cast today. But no Tommy C, no hate. You want to express some anger, express it, and we'll move on. All right. A lot of you guys are hurting. You grew up with them. I get it. Let's put a longtime fan. Jack's on fire. You're on the air.
Tommy, I don't really know what to say. I wasn't waiting to call, but it is a massive loss for the Twitch community. I'm not going to act like I'm the biggest fan of him, but whenever I watch his compilation on YouTube that he just allowed his fans to do without striking them, without attacking them, and you don't see that many days. He liked his community, and you could see that just through how he interacted with the chat and how his community of fans, the Joy-Con boys or whatever he calls them, was just so nice and kind. Yeah, he made jokes, but it was just. Yeah, sure. I just want to say that it was an amazing community.
Well, I think people forget. They just see a guy like reading a chat. It's let's be honest. It's different when I read a chat and when Colossal's crazy does it. He's better at it. It's okay. I could deal with it. I'm a better radio guy than him, but he's better at that. And Etika clearly had it. Again, Augie said, Medicare, Clown, Nerd City. He's in that iDubbbz. He's in that category. And he did it with a webcam and a chat, and he was able to create that. That's a gift. I wish I could record to that. So I don't think it's people look at that as like, oh, anybody could do that. No, they can't, because everybody's trying it. Not everybody gets in it or breaks through. Only some.
It's not all luck. Tommy, the question I was going to ask you: what is your opinion on the video? Do you think it should be reinstated? Is the last video that he put out?
I don't have an opinion on that. I don't mind if it's up. If that's against YouTube's terms of service, if they see it deemed inappropriate, I don't have a problem with that either. Because there was nothing really said on there that I'm not sure. You know what? I'm going to go hold on. I don't know what's right. If somebody could explain to me what's right and wrong, then I'll go with that. But in this particular state, sometimes you don't know. And I don't know. I personally have no problem with it, but if you know what, maybe not, because when I was a kid, Kurt Cobain committed, and we had 2 suicides in my town, so maybe it's better to keep it off. I don't know what the right thing to do is. I personally have no problem with it, but I don't have kids the age that could be affected deeply by that if they're unstable. My kids don't know who Etika is. They're too young and they're not American. So it might be easy for me to say. But if somebody convinced me it's the wrong thing to do because A, B, and C, then keep it off. Sure. Is that fair?
That's all I wanted to ask.
All right.
More people come in and talk about it.
I just really don't know. I just want to do the right thing. That's all.
Yeah,
Thanks,
of course.
Jack. What do you guys think about that?
I think they should just leave it off.
Leave it off.
Yeah. Especially because there's going to be plenty of people visiting his channel too.
Sure.
And nobody wants to see that bullshit. If you want to find it, you can find it somewhere.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I don't think YouTube's obligated by any stretch to keep something like that up.
No,
not at all. Zango Trick, you're on the air. How are you?
Oh, hello. Can you hear me?
How can I help you, sir?
Yeah, I just had one small question.
Sure.
And I don't mean for it to sound. It's not a funny question, okay?
We'll hear you out.
I'm trying to be respectful about this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, do you think, what's his name again? The guy who does the Before They Were Gone videos. Do you think he'll make a video about it? And if he does, how would you feel about it?
The same way I always feel about it. He's going to do it. He certainly has every right to do it. My problem with Mr. McCredden in the past is how classless he is. about it. I think everybody has a right to make a video. Everybody has a right to make it do, or they can monetize it. They can not monetize it. They can do it however they see fit. Okay. But my problems with McCrudden is he'll break into a vape commercial in the middle of it. And that's where I have my problem with McCrudden. Okay.
Yeah, I get it. Okay. So, but you wouldn't, it's the way he does it.
I think the context matters. Yeah, McCrudden's a whore. Classic. McCrudden's a whore. I absolutely believe in, like, I don't know how you turn your stream off and what have you. I think there's a difference between, like, a news channel informing their audience and just trying to cash in, you know.
Yeah.
You know, it's you know, I'm sure I'd have 400 people if I put Etika in there, but I'm really trying to talk to my fan base. That's why it says Tommy C Open Phones. Everybody knows what's going on. It doesn't matter. You know, I don't mean the money that bad, and it's not that important. It's important to me to communicate my fans right now. So that's the way.
Yeah, I understand. Okay, well, that's a nonsense. Thank you.
All right, take care.
Yeah, take care.
What do you guys think about that? About making videos and stuff like that?
I mean, he's gonna do it either way, and he's never gonna do it the right way. So really, it's asking too much.
You know, your buddy J Station or whatever. You know, he's probably gonna make one of those. Oh, I'm gonna contact his spirit. You know, that's just it's expected at this point.
Well, I hope he doesn't. Tony D2 Wild said, "I'm asking in all seriousness because I'm confused here. Is that I could die on impact? We don't know. Did he get knocked out? We don't know. There's no details out. All we know is that the New York City Police Department has confirmed his passing. That's all. Thank you.
It's just scary shit, man, because this could literally happen to anybody with your brain. Just
it could happen.
Something could happen.
Yeah. Well, I remember when my grandmother started showing signs of dementia, and we had her move in for us. You know, for a little. We actually got her a home in Pennsylvania, her own place and what have you, and she was fine for a month. Then she started acting strange. So my dad brought her back, and this is a few months before I joined the Army, and she just started saying the most horrible things about my father. And this is, you know, the classiest, nicest lady I ever met in my life, and she's accusing my father of stealing, and I popped. And I was like 27. I popped off on her. Like, how dare you? But, you know, my uncle calmed me down, took me aside, and he said, that's not her. That's not her. It's not her fault. I said, like, she would never say anything like that. And he's like, yeah, that's the point. It's not her. It's not her fault. So get over yourself and suck it up when he says horrible things about your father. But do it. He was right. You know, and this is beyond anybody's control. And it's just, we are delicate creatures. And things have never been better as far as health is concerned. You know, 100 years ago, some woman gave birth. A decent chance she was going to check out, as well as the baby. So, I mean, when this stuff, and so we're not used to death like those people were on a daily basis. So when this happens, it's very shocking for us to deal with, because we live in the first world. We're pampered. And trying, in fairness, trying to understand it and deal with it is extremely difficult in itself. Because I'm pampered, you're pampered, everybody in the Western world. So we're trying to figure it out. And the way I deal with this particular case is just, this is nature that's out of control. This is a hurricane. This is a typhoon. You know, this is an earthquake. It's beyond our control. And it's tragic when it happens to somebody that's so talented and so well loved across all social media platforms. You know, that's all.
And this was...
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Helge. Are you there?
Oh, well, this is like an extreme case too, because eventually, if you communicate with the person, depending on the level they're at, they'll acknowledge there's a problem and they'll actually understand that something's wrong. but he was so beyond that there was just no admission until the very end.
Yeah.
Throughout like that whole month time span of the
if you listen to this, he's even somewhat conscious of it.
Yeah.
But those chemicals still pushed him off of whatever it pushed him off of. You know, this is not blaming Keem. Should he take down Etika? It's up to his choice, and I don't care whether he does or not because he didn't do anything wrong. It's not his fault. So that's the way I feel about that, Tyler. Thank you. I don't know.
He said something about that. He said that Etika was a big fan of Drama Alert, and that was like one of his biggest things, was wanting to come on the.
I thought that he was just pushing Keem's buttons and getting us all to laugh, like an episode of Baited or something. That's all. That's all I thought. I remember watching it. I was with the He's got to be trolling him. Boy, he gets look at Keem getting mad. It's funny. Nobody knew. And nobody should have known. It wasn't that clear. I have a tweet asking when he should have his next mental breakdown. The fans replied the 20th. He makes the announcement on the 20th. It's completely plausible to think this might be something wrong. Or maybe it was. Maybe he was planning a joke and just by incredible coincidence, something tripped off by the time that came about. That's all. You know? Augie, how are you, buddy? Hey, man, how are you?
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah, you were the guy. You were the guy that said he was in that, that clown Mediger territory.
Dude, quite literally. I feel like a piece of my childhood is like. I mean, well, he has died, but it's just. Wow.
Yeah.
I found Etika. Oh my God.
You all right?
Yeah, dude. I don't know, man. I've been seeing all this stuff on Twitter. I woke up like an hour ago to this news, and I've been in a constant state of disbelief for like the past week. People have been throwing around, and to some extent, I knew it was gonna happen, but I also purposely pushed out at my head. I was like, "That's ridiculous,"
Sure. Because part of it, you don't want to be fooled. And the other part of it is just it's a 29-year-old guy that has his whole life in front of him, and he has look, let's be honest, me and you want to be big streamers. That's what we want, Yeah. And we wish we had what he had, which is it. And, for what came natural to him, I think me and you have to work on. So I think that's why I admire people like that. Because this is our game. This is something we enjoy, and it's easy to sort of fall in love with somebody that it comes so naturally to. This is since I've been doing this is the most devastating thing. Maybe the Christina Gerby thing was just awful, but this guy was kind of a commentator, and in gaming, it's more in the commentary community realm, or I suppose, or somebody the commentary community would do a video on or talk about. He was trying his talent, man. And, you feeling a little...
I mean, he was legendary. Yeah. I remember, a few years ago, he did this stream, just complete impromptu stream. He was like, you know what, guys? Today we're going to go on the dark web. Mm-hmm. And, you start thinking, you're like, oh, man, he must be, an expert at this stuff. He knew about as much of the dark web as I do, which is nothing. he opens up a Google Chrome tab and types dark web. And... in the process of this 6-hour stream, he slowly learns and he goes on. It was an adventure. I just remember watching that. Never before have I just sat and watched a stream for 6 fucking hours.
And I bet he knew what he was doing as far as rolling you in.
Yeah. Oh my God. It was one of the most entertaining experiences I ever had on YouTube was watching that stream. I stayed up on I was on my phone all night, just I was hooked. I couldn't get off, and it felt like an adventure or something, and it's just a testament to his talent, to
his gift. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I got a lot of people to get to, and me and you are buddies, and you can get a hold of me every time. Tell Tipster I'm sorry. That kind of sucks.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's idiotic, but I'm sure he's not very happy right now either. So, all right, all the best, Augie.
All right, take care.
Augie RC, everybody. He's got a great stream here on YouTube. Let's see. Speechman, you're on the air.
Hey, what's up? Long time, first time. I had a quick question.
Yeah.
Well, not a question. Statement.
You've been definitely a long time. I know who you are, sir.
Oh yeah.
Congratulations.
Dude, I appreciate it. I love the show.
I give you F head of the week. You got it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah. I've known you for a long time, but nice to meet you. How can I help you?
Nice to meet you too. I just had one quick thing to say, and then I'll bounce. Don't follow Tobes on Twitter. He's the single worst follow that I've ever had.
All right. No goofs today. Come on. Let's keep this. Let's keep this.
Sorry.
Okay.
You're right, but no.
Yeah, you're right, but not today.
Is Jeff here by any chance?
No, Jeff's not here. Just Verse and Javon.
What the fuck? Okay, I'm
Verse.
trying very hard not to be me. Okay.
All right.
You have a wonderful day.
I hope you do the same.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Take care. All right. No hate today. We're not getting mad.
Nope.
I'm not getting mad. Okay. He doesn't have to like. If you don't have. Oh wait a minute. Is he on there? No. If you don't have your mic on already, we're going to the next one. Oh, here's a good guy. Lou Vex, you're on the air, bud.
Oh boy. Yeah, he was another one that I watched.
Yeah.
For a long time, but you
Yeah,
know, it's gonna be really hard to watch the Smash Bros. Announcements.
Yeah,
just knowing that he's not gonna get to see them, and that he's not gonna, because like that was such a big thing for like the community, seeing like, oh, how's Etika gonna react?
How's Etika
and,
gonna do it?
That's gonna be hard.
If I imagine he's going to remove it, but Nick Diorio had his great stream intro, and you know he had Etikin reacting the way he juxtaposed it. He was reacting to him, and it was you can see he just had a lot of energy. He knew how to connect, and it's a subconscious thing. I don't think it's something to be taught. He had it. He had a multi-million-dollar talent. And I think
I don't know how somebody gets that much energy though. I wish I was like him in that regard.
Me too.
Just imagine like being able to go to work or something with that much energy.
Imagine how much you get done.
Oh, well, gosh. If you're doing something you actually enjoy, it comes naturally.
Yeah.
I mean, that's got to be a lot of the reason he was so successful.
Oh, absolutely.
Just being able to constantly, and it's weird too, because he'd disappear for a while, like a month or more, and then he'd, come back and start streaming again, and he'd get just as many viewers.
Yeah,
like
every time. Well, that's the trick, is it? I go away for 2 weeks. It takes another 2-3 weeks to build up, and he just he might have more if he took off a month or two. That shows you it shows you how much impact entertainers can have on you in a good way, not a bad way, in a good way.
And it is really interesting because most streamers try to have some sort of schedule or consistency to them where they don't feel like they can take a vacation.
Not if you're good. Not if you're good. You do whatever you want.
He didn't have a schedule. He just streamed whenever he felt like it, and I think that's probably better for his streams, because if he was on a schedule, it probably would have killed a lot of that energy that he had.
Yeah.
I got something to read from Isaac Height. He just sent me something. My father and his father killed themselves. When I got out of the military and messed up a relationship, I got depressed and started to think about suicide. Luckily, my best friend noticed and dragged me to a psychiatrist. After going there, some doctors and I got SSRIs. They helped me, and I didn't want to harm myself anymore. I'm messed up, but I'm going to make my families and friends go through what I did when I was 13. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, man. I know this actually came up once before, and I don't know what it is. This does affect sometimes family lines. It's a famous wrestling family that had this in their line. Larry Banks, I don't know if you heard, but it seems that Monkey and Lou are living together and engaged. As far as I can tell, Monkey knew what she did as an artist and used her art in some videos.
Who cares?
It's not appropriate for now, Larry, but if you watched the show yesterday, I absolutely disavow, under no uncertain terms, that not so much the relationship, because that sounds weird, like I'm his father, but obviously it's clear that he has no problem with that, and I have a problem with that. I'll deal with that in another time, though. Thanks, Larry. All right. I told him open phones. Verse. I know. I don't. I'm trying. I'm not. No fights. No fights today. We're not going to do it. Let's take off Luvix. Putting Colossal's crazy.
Have a good.
Take care, Luvix. Clown, you on the air? What's up?
Yo, can you hear me okay?
Yes. How are you, sir?
I'm very well, yeah. How you doing?
Well, we could be better.
Just thought I'd call in and support the show a bit.
Thank you. I do appreciate it, man.
Yeah, no worries. Do you enjoy the Cold Ones episode?
I have not watched it yet, but everybody else loves it.
Right.
A lot more than.
Yeah,
it's really good.
Could have been better, but it was alright.
For a face reveal, you wore a hood half the time until they ripped it off your fucking head. So that's interesting.
Yeah. Why?
Do you think that was psychological? Because we mentioned this offline.
Oh yeah. I mean, potentially. I don't know if it was a subconscious thing.
Yeah.
Like to still kind of protect the identity.
You looked a little nervous.
Maybe.
You looked a little nervous.
Well, I was a little bit nervous, but no, I'm just like I'm fidgety. Like even now, speaking to you, off camera.
Me?
I'm just like fidgeting around, moving around on my chair. Plus, those chairs, like they move around a lot.
Yeah.
On those wheels, and I couldn't find like a comfortable position. It wasn't a very comfortable chair. Plus, it was the alcohol as well. I don't think that helped. Yeah, I got pretty drunk.
I'm glad.
So it was probably just a combination of loads of things, really.
Yeah. How do you?
Couldn't direct it, but I didn't feel like that nervous, honestly.
Maybe you didn't.
Nervous.
It just looked that way, and sometimes people give up. I've never seen your body language before, so I don't know if that's what's normal for you and what's not.
You looked very cautious.
Yeah, cautious.
I would say reserved.
Yeah.
I think I used that word on the episode as well.
You did.
But and yeah, it probably was a bit, but I didn't feel like that nervous. I'd have no problem saying that, but I didn't feel that nervous. I think it was just a combination of different things.
Those guys look like a lot of fun when you have a bunch of beers in front of them. I imagine it was a good time.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah. It was fun. It was all right. We drank way too much, and honestly, it wasn't their fault. It was the people who were bringing us drinks. They just kept on bringing drinks, and it was honestly too much.
Yeah, I think that's the idea.
Because after that episode, I ended up vomiting outside. It was just too much.
It's called Cold Ones, Clown.
Like you're not thinking. You're concentrating on the conversation. You're involved in the conversation.
It's called Cold Ones.
Drinks, and it's just another drink and another drink. And if you watch the episode, you'll see it later. Like I've always got a drink in my hand.
Yeah,
because it's just something to do. Plus, I wasn't smoking. I just quit smoking around about that time.
Yeah, but you're vaping constantly. So I heard you're worse than
me. Yeah, but it was probably like the nicotine withdrawal kicking in as well,
possibly,
most likely.
Have you?
You're on vape too now?
No, he quick.
Yeah, I'm smoking the vape thing, and then it ran out.
Oh,
like 5 minutes into the episode, so that wasn't good. Nicotine withdrawal kicks in, but I had a good time. It was fun.
Have you?
It could have been better, I think, the episode, but it was kind of like a last minute, no preparation.
People are just excited.
I believe like 5-10 minutes before we started to do the episode, Chad tweets out like, "Have you got any questions for Colossal is Crazy?" And then that was it. Like those questions, we used them, and there were like 4 or 5 that eventually got asked.
Yeah, that was funny. You're like, what the fuck? There's no more questions. You only asked like 3.
I was expecting some questions.
10.
But even so, we winged it, and it was like fine.
Do you have any opinions on recent events or? I don't know how big a fan.
To be honest, I'll be honest. I haven't been following it. Obviously, I don't know the guy. I hadn't heard of him before this thing. I think Chad knew him.
Oh, really?
Chad, would be more eligible, if you like, to comment on it. I don't feel like I should comment on it.
Okay, fair enough. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad things went so well for you, bud. I think it'll be a million hit. You're going to get a million hit video because people just want to see you move around. I mean, that's what you've created on YouTube is this sort of mystery character, and now there's this Matt Damon looking dude hanging around Max Mofo.
Well, remember I did do the face reveal before.
Yeah, but it's not the same as seeing your body language.
It's
not the same.
It's a bigger thing, but I don't think it'll get a million views.
You don't think so?
They've only had one episode. They got. I mean, not even the Jack's Films episode got a million views. It's only on 500,000. So
Jack's Films. No, you're joking.
So he only got 500,000. I don't think I'm gonna break a million. No,
750K at the least.
They said, quote, "It could have been better." What a critic! The episode is great. I keep it here. I have not sat down. I'm probably gonna watch it tonight after the show. But I think he looks like Matt Damon. That's
Well, that's quite the compliment. I'll take it. I will certainly take it.
Yeah, it's not the worst thing to be called
for clown, huh?
It's not like you said you look like Bob Dylan. You know what I mean?
I got a lot of, because I was reading some of the comments. I haven't read them all, but I read a few, and most of them were positive, I would say.
Oh yeah.
And then you get a few like, oh, he looks like a drug dealer.
Really?
And,
that's fair.
The nervous thing as well.
You look like somebody.
Yeah, I'm with the hood, I guess.
I could think. All right, Clown. I really want to get to the rest of these guys. They want to.
Sure, yeah, of course.
But thanks for calling in, and make sure everybody check out Cold Ones. And that's on Max's channel, correct? Main? Or is that on?
No, anything for views.
That's not anything for views on YouTube. So definitely go check it out. All the episodes are really good. They're really interesting. It's pretty much the new baited. It's that kind of thing. And they're kind of
don't say that. We might bring it back still.
Oh, jeez. I thought it was off.
It's always like, oh, we're not doing it. We might do it. I don't know. Stay tuned.
Yeah, well, maybe Cold.
I'm not staying tuned for shit. Watch Cold One instead. Fuck
All right.
Fuck you, Verse. Fuck you.
All right. Take it easy, Cloud. Take care. Thanks for calling. I do appreciate it. Klaus is crazy, everybody. Great supporter of the show. Good man. Let's go with Bigums. You're on the air. Bigums. 3, 2, 1. Matt Tubb, you're on the air. We having problems with the server? No, we're all green. We got all green bars. Oh, yeah, we got all green bars. Jakey Cakes.
Jakey How are we doing, Tommy?
How can I help you, sir? Oh, great. Well, been better, but otherwise okay.
Yeah. Well, do I have to talk about like the Etika situation?
No, I did say open phones. What do you got?
Well, to put it simply, like, you can ask about the details, like, if you want, like, in specific areas. But, like, I graduated. Me and my girlfriend break up. Like, living together, not a good situation. Then, but I could come back from Mexico doing, like, a research project. And we get back together. Basically, we're exclusive for 2 weeks. 3 days after, she, like, texts me. Because she has, like, a high anxiety. Like, I feel like all girls fucking do these days. But, like, those are usually the girls I date.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your question?
She doesn't have much friends. So she goes... I met some friends. Like, it will be okay if I can show them this weekend. And I live in Boston. She lives 50 minutes away. And then I was like, yeah, like, there's no problem with that. So I unknowingly cucked myself because she just banged a dude. Like,
well, you broke up with her just prior to that.
Well, I mean, it's either you don't trust her at all, or you trust her and she fucks you over. I mean, you can't just live your whole life saying,
pretty much.
She might fuck me over.
She's just a child, like, in a way. That's like, I don't know. I'm 23 and she just turned 21. So,
well,
like,
there you go. You're in your 20s. This is
like,
why
I already know what you're gonna tell me. It's just like, it sucks. Like,
yeah, I know it sucks. It happened to me.
But like, I still got love for her though. But, like,
lose it.
I at least need to hit this dude once in the face.
Lose it. Who do you think you are, Bunty King? Come on. To lose it, lose it. All right. Look, you're bringing the Tommy C out of me, and I promised I would be a
little
human
bit more
being.
Somber. I get it.
Yeah. So thanks for the call, though, Jackie Cakes. All the best. I hope things work out with your girlfriend.
Dude.
Let's put it this way: you shouldn't date anyone that you have to worry about if they're going to fuck you over in every moment they're not with you.
Yeah, let's put Kevin.
I highly recommend not marrying that person. Anyway, what's up?
Kevin Snoozer.
How you doing, brother?
Have a long
Been
time.
a long time.
How old are you now?
18.
You out of school? Did you graduate this year?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
I did.
I wish I could play the call that you're famous for, but it's not appropriate for today. But I'll play it if you call in again. But what'd you have to say, Kevin?
Oh God. I just wanted to give my 2 cents on this.
Sure, go ahead.
I never really watched Etika, so I'm not going to play it off like I've been this diehard fan ever since. But I do want to say that randomly scrolling through YouTube, his videos have popped up, and I've loved watching them.
Yeah, that's happened to me.
It just feels weird to me that this has happened, and I know to all of his diehard fans that you just gotta stay strong and pull through. And I do send my thoughts to the family that is affected by this. It's truly tragedy.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I think that's really nice. I think people need to hear that. Yeah. All right, Snoozer. I actually don't be. I'm gonna send you a friend request. Don't Don't be afraid to call. Sure thing. So don't be afraid to give me a call one time, all right, on a private time. I'd like to talk to you and see you soon. But I got to get to these calls.
I'll try and watch some more streams this summer because I'm finally opening up my schedule.
Okay.
I'm not as busy.
All the best.
Have a good one.
All right. Let's see. I really want to get some big fans. I mean, I have no problem with people that just discovered Etika. I don't, but I don't want to leave you. If you want to hit me up in the chat and say, I'm a really big fan, and I'll prioritize you. I think that would be only fair, I suppose.
Yeah.
Let's go with. I'm gonna go with Virgil. I'm a really big fan. Virgil, you're on the air.
Hey, how's it going, Tommy?
How can I help you, sir?
Good to hear. Anyway, I was gonna ask a question. When are you gonna do breakfast and beer again, man?
Probably
Seriously.
not. Dave doesn't live here anymore. Probably not. We had plans. It's just not gonna work out. Oh, wait a minute. He's coming back after. He'll be here for. I think he's coming back soon. So we'll try to do. We got a new phone and everything. So maybe this summer. Maybe this summer.
Just don't get your hopes up. That's all I can say.
Well, I think Dave. I talked to Dave today. It didn't come up, but it has come up. I mean, as soon as Dave's here, I don't have time to make friends, and I certainly don't. If I don't have time to make friends, I don't have time to make creative friends that would do like something like that. Because me and Dave talked about if he picked up a host in Chicago or wherever he happens to live in, he can stream right to the channel. I don't care. And if I find somebody that I can do it with here, which is unlikely. Because most people have jobs that don't involve drinking at 11 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
But I think there's a strong possibility of this summer.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch that. Seriously.
Okay, man, I do appreciate it. Yeah, the channel's still there. You can go sub it, and you might see. I think we're going to stream directly to it rather than on Twitch. So we'll do that.
All right, thanks, man.
Take care. We'll try first. We'll try.
Google Pie says they're one of his biggest fans.
Google Pie? Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
Hey, but he's got to turn his mic on.
Yep.
All right. He just left the call. Nice. Google Pie, come back to us, buddy.
Just unmute your mic and do it again.
They're back.
All right.
Now unmute yourself.
Is he? Oh, now unmute yourself. Lower left-hand corner. There we go.
I'm honestly, there we go. I'm honestly one of his biggest fans. That's like,
yeah.
I think.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Yeah. What's on your mind, man? Spit it out there.
And I am really shook by this news, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's understandable. I mean, it's always tragic when a young person dies, especially somebody that's loved by so many. He's millions of fans.
And the thing that really got me is that I've been following him. I did not want anything to happen to him. I knew he disappeared, but I wanted this whole thing to be a joke. Like you said, like it was like massive coincidence.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. It was just a massive coincidence. I think he probably planned on making a joke. God, I hate to think that he planned to do this from when we got that, but I mean, even then, it's not his fault. It really isn't. Not in this case, no.
In my opinion, I think the joke was something like this, but in smaller scale.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then I've been watching him like since I think 2017, around there.
Yeah, and
so I've been like big fan.
You're a big fan. What was your favorite bit that he did, or what? Yeah, I mean, Augie said he has a particular memory. Is there one you want to talk about?
My favorite things about Etika is when he like over exaggerated because he's like a hype man and he like over exaggerates everything.
He was that's a good name. That's like a hip hop expression. He was a hype man. That's exactly what he was.
Yeah, that's what he called himself.
Oh, that's a term from hip hop, like Public Enemy. Yeah, that's strangely enough, it's a skill. If you ever go to a hip hop show and you have the hype man gets you into it, and they drop the beat and the rapper gets up there and lights up the crowd. You should see Real-talk. He's his own hype man. He's really into it. Well, all I can say to you is, first of all, I'm sorry, and I deeply empathize with you. And
when I heard the news, I just started crying.
It's understandable, but It's understandable. We were in the newsroom, and you could tell, we were prepared to do what we do, but there was some folks who were shook up. And believe me, I get it, and I think it's okay to feel that way.
Earlier, you said like the YouTubers are gonna make videos about this. Since this is so close to me, I hope they don't. I hope they, for once in their life, they don't think about money. Yeah, well, I can't. I'm a YouTuber myself. We did an update for our fans. I didn't monetize it, but I'm not against monetizing it. But I think there's a tasteful way to do it and a non-tasteful way to do it. And if those YouTubers decide to do it untastefully, well, I think the commentators, that's where their role comes in, to correct it and point it out and kind of put a megaphone to show how those people are doing it untastefully, And the
I
way
think
you did it was like perfect to me because you broke the news to me.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I just want to give. I've done this before. I don't know if we'll be doing it again, but I just give it, a place to people to vent. Like I said, I titled it in such a way that only my fans would really see it. So.
Yeah.
All right. All the best, man.
And I really appreciate you.
All right.
Yeah.
Man.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I do appreciate it. All right.
Dude, it's so fucking sad that there's so much fucked up shit that you have to question whether he's making this up or not. Yeah.
Like people still think it's the conspiracy, I guess.
Yeah, but it's so fucking sad how much bullshit goes on that you're like, is this guy faking his, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's that thought in your head that it's like the same shit when everyone was faking videos on YouTube and that was rampant, where you have to question if everything's real or not. And it's just like that with everything now.
Yeah.
Even with the most insane shit, this isn't like.
I don't like to thank the fans too often because it feels, I'll get accused of shilling. And then I feel like I haven't done it enough. Yeah, it puts you in such a weird position. I don't want to be considered a shill. I want to do this to the best of my ability, and I want to be rewarded for it. But when I break character and it's tough, And there's psychopaths out there that can do it, and they can seem totally empathetic and their motivations. But I don't know. I'm not into reading people's minds. I don't have, but
yeah.
If you're gonna do it distastefully and you'll get criticized, and some big YouTuber puts you on blast, so be it. I could sleep at night, and maybe you can too. But if somebody comes up to me and says, "Well, what you did was," I'm sorry, I didn't. I did my show regular scheduled time, and I put the video out it says right in there, this is for notification for our subscribers. All right. And then when news breaks about this, if something changes or something like that, and it's a part of a greater podcast, yeah, I'll monetize that, sure.
Yeah.
But the actual announcement, I think it was appropriate not to do it, and at least for me. But I'm not going to, like I said, today is not a day to point fingers. They will be pointed. People will point. But, today's a day to just, mourn. There's no other way to do it, really. Uncle Lou, you're on the air. All right, we're running a little short on time. I didn't want to do any more than an hour.
Hey, Tommy.
How you doing? How are you?
So, I'm not doing so well about the whole Etika thing.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I found out this morning about it on Twitter, and I was hoping to God it was not real. When I first heard his I'm sorry video, I've been worried ever since. I would post on Twitter nonstop, put information about him, and try to hopefully you find him alive, and hopefully this was all a joke, and it wasn't. And I have not stopped crying since I found out about it. And
it's all right, buddy.
And I wasn't a big fan of his like everyone else, but I watched his vids. I once subscribed and I never talked on his streams, and I regret that now because I'm not gonna watch any new streams of his, any new videos, and
It's the hardest part.
yeah, and it's like I wish I was there before it happened. I related to him on the fact that he had mental issues. I had mental issues, and I was hoping like he didn't really do it, and
I said this before, bud, and I could hear you're really upset. It was beyond his control.
yeah,
He
I
couldn't,
yeah.
even being seemingly self-aware about it, he couldn't control it. You know, don't get mad. Don't think that's the thing to do. It's not. You know, people care about you. But this is not a sign that what he did was okay. It's not okay. But I do think it was beyond his control. And I think only empathy for him, his family, and to guys like you that really love them is what's most important now. There's no silver lining here. There's no hidden message. There's a tragic death of a young man that left too early, and that's it. That's all there's there to take of. There's nothing cryptic here that you need to know. And I hope I'm going to let you go right now, but I hope you're able to get over it. So all the best to you, bud.
Thank you so much. And Keem has been good throughout this. I'm not gonna.
He's blocked me. I don't know, but I can't imagine he wouldn't be. Right.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Oh boy.
Yeah, I think the hardest part was the days waiting just to see what happened. Just not knowing.
All right. Yeah, that's.
Well, it's like we talked about the other day. You know, people go missing all the time, and they never
find them. You know.
Yeah.
We're lucky that we got it.
Yeah. Imagine like the worst thing in the world, worse than death, is a family member you don't want to happen to them. It's this nothing. I don't think there's anything worse than that. I've seen it before. Wandering, you're on the air.
Hello.
Yeah, how can I help you?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear. How are you?
Yes, sir. Well, like I pointed out earlier, I've been watching him for about 3. And like I guess like the only thing I can really say, because like my heart is pounding, because this is like the 3rd death of someone. Like, and I'm not trying to be like, oh my gosh, people like been dying or whatever. It's a natural part of life, of course, but
sure.
Like someone that impactful, like the 3rd person that's like passed away. And like for me, like instead of like, I used to hate people that were like on Twitter like messing around, calling him like a clown or whatever, because they're like, oh yeah, he's just joking. But I just feel like instead of doing that, I hope, and my heart goes out to anybody else that's suffering.
Sure.
Because I'm trying not to cry right now.
It's all right.
But like I at least hope that now they see that
this stuff's real.
He did show signs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This stuff's real.
It is.
This stuff's
he did
real.
Show
There's
signs,
no doubt about it.
But it was very small. Yeah.
Yeah, this stuff's real. There's no doubt about it. I'll never deny that. Yeah, this is
my only I guess sort of the fondest memory I'd say is him just trying to think of it without saying it's very explicit because his vernacular and all that.
Yeah.
But it was him and
Christmas time.
Him going around his apartment complex with like a Switch.
Yeah.
On the console.
Mm-hmm.
And he had like a fake prototype walking around with it, and then he was explaining to everybody like all the Nintendo ninjas, as he would call them, like they're gonna come and swipe me up and whatnot, and so I just always found enjoyment from that because
it's funny.
Like,
it's
oh,
funny
crap,
stuff. I know what you're saying. The chat knows what you're saying. The chat knows what you're saying too.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna try to get some guys on. I don't know if you think it's fair. Maybe it's better to end the stream. Wondering, thanks so much for calling, and I'm sorry you lost such a favorite YouTuber like this. But all the best to you, and there's better days ahead, bud. All right, take care. We have a problem. I don't want to go more than an hour. I don't want to milk this thing. I know.
Yeah, we don't have to. That's fine.
I apologize to everybody in the chat. I appreciate everybody that's called. I'm going to let you know right now. I'm checking this. Okay, what do we got? Let me check this stuff right now, and I got a little announcement to thank. Give me a second. I know this is very unprofessional, but this is the best way to do this. I'm going to just do a little math right here.
They do have a change petition thing to restore his YouTube channel. Do you mind if I share that in the chat?
No, not at all. No, if that's what you want to sign, that's good. That's certainly fine. Okay. Why not? I'm doing. Oh, that's all on the 23rd. Okay, 25th. All right. It's most of your donations. It's more than half for today. I'm going to be actually, we'll pull her on right now. Hey, how are you? Hello? How are you?
Hello.
Hey, how you doing? You sent me the name for the suicide prevention group?
Yeah, I
What?
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. The Long Island Crisis Center .org, and let's see if we can get that. I'll get this on right now. Hopefully, this takes from PayPal.
I'm sure that she left.
She left.
There you go.
All right.
Are you back?
This takes from PayPal.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Hi.
This
She
Long
left
Island.
again.
All right. That's enough. I'm trying to do this. I'm clicking on donate right now. I don't know why this is being such an. You figure to donate.
Most of them do let you do PayPal. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm clicking on this one right now. It's sending me an infinite circle. It's actually ticking me off. Well, this is a majority of your donations today, and I'll be sending them to. I'll show it to you right now. The Long Island Crisis Center. It's okay to get help. It's longislandcrisiscenter.org, and we'll be sending a $50 donation from here. Like I said, that's most of today's earnings. And if that's something you want to do, you can go directly to this website right here. It is. It's not a part of New York City, but it is. Long Island, of course, is very close. So I think that's very appropriate. And thanks to Vital, the woman that we tried to get in here before, she was the one that got me hip to that. So we'll be sending, like I said, a good majority of your donations to there.
Link it to me and I'll double it.
Okay,
I'll match it.
There we go. We got $100 right off the bat, and that's the way we'll do it. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Verse.
Dope. Chicago got it to me.
I'm gonna put it in the chat too.
Okay, and we'll also put in the check. I hope you got. I hope you guys got something out of this. This is obviously a tightrope for me and the rest of the crew. We want to do this correctly. We don't want to get accused of. Certainly, we're going to get accused either way, but we don't want to get accused of milking this thing. And I promise you 3 a week, and I give you 3 a week. And I hope we met your expectations, and some of you fans got out what you needed, or listened to other fans and what have you. Again, we will go back to our normal scheduled programming at very least by Thursday, and possibly tomorrow. Shot from the Point is 3 days a week, 3 p.m. Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday, and sometimes there's extras on Monday and Wednesday. All our sincerest condolences to the friends, family, and fans of Desmond Mofa. All the best to you. And remember, today, try to forget the hate.
This is the almighty infinite, independent excellence. Devil fighting, rebel titan, weed smoking alchemist. Fake identities, okay, you cool with Jason Bourne. Running with these Wolverines, okay, you bout to catch a storm. I ain't never been a liar, got tired of niggas playing me. Head in my legs like she bout to catch a pedigree. Chi-town to King's home, slapping fives, black stones. 6 mile to danger zones, bullets look like waffle cones. Folk affiliated, the evolution of Machiavelli. Don't make me lead them eagles to you like I'm Chip Kelly. They feel my struggle, I express it through my hip hop. I'm about to make it hard to breathe, here's a headline.